We drag it to one of the railroads so they can then put it back into service, take it all the way down to Texas, grab this one and the one that's in the front, the 3007, drag it all the way back on the museum, on the mainline railroads and back to the museum.
Wow.
I think it was the BN 5383. That's the one. There are YouTube videos that shows that move with this engine and the 3007.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we had to take, so basically, it's like basically taking one of our diesels out of retirement just to rescue these two engines. Now, remember those two big diesel engines I showed you earlier? They're for this thing. This is, you ever heard of the UP Big Boy? This is the big boy of diesels. This is the largest diesel locomotive ever built, the Centennials. So yeah, well the big boy
is, for freight, of course.
Yeah, well, the big boys were big. Were basically the biggest steam engines ever built. The Centennials were the largest diesels ever built. This was built in 1970. Weight is 545,000 pounds.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was powered by two 16-cylinder prime movers. But yeah, here's the 2003 again, and then next I'll take you to the steam shop, because I know it's getting it's already about 5 o'clock. Yeah, but luckily we got one more stop.
Your guys on the other side, I think they're walking behind us.
Yeah, but they're going over there. We're going this way.
Oh. No, I thought they were like walking to make sure no one else is here to close up.
Yeah, but we're not going. But they're coming in from over there. In fact, actually, they just brought the train in already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going this way. We won't get in their way though. Yeah, but this was the other engine that diesel rescue.
Yeah.
The 3007.
Well, yeah, sometimes you got to do that. Like, got to bring in like John Rambo,
Yeah. Yeah, but these were fast passenger engines. These were designed to run around 90 to 80 to 90 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's why they have bigger wheels.
Yeah, and wider too.
Yeah, bigger wheels means it's a passenger engine. But if it had small wheels, like some of the engines back there, that means it was a freight engine. Small wheels means more pulling power, while big wheels means higher speeds. Yeah, that's the steam shop. This is another Pullman observation car. They're actually going to be running this for the first time in years for showcase weekend.
Yeah.
Because we got all the brakes working and everything.
Ingleholm.
Yep.
Pullman Ingleholm, yeah.
So if you come there showcase weekend, you'll get a chance to ride on
Ingleside and Inglewood, and you used to have like these massive, amazing mansions. When like.
Now I'm going to give you one warning about coming in the shop. Watch your step, and 2, if you touch anything, you will get dirty.
All right.
Oh.
Let's get dirty.
Luckily, I have my keys.
Let's hope you have your key.
I do have my keys.
Steam locomotive shop fail. He forgot his key.
Yep, I have my keys because my keys, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to drive here.
The San Francisco Zephyr, Burlington route.
That's the other one. Oh, it's the other one here because I got 3 keys that look the same. There we go. Now there's their 1630. This is our other operational steam engine. But unfortunately this year, as I told you, it suffered a tube failure, and that's a big no-no when it comes to these kind of engines. So
well, yeah,
we can't run it this year. Probably won't be running for a while. But here's some historic photographs of some of our engines.
Wow.
Yeah, and these are some other photos of some. Here's the one of the 3007. Here's 938, which is the engine that was sent outside. Here's the 16. You can see how nice and clean Henry Ford kept his engines.
Yeah.
Engines like, yeah, as I said, if you saw a piece of dirt on his engines, he'd be like, nope, clean it off. It needs to be nice and polished. Well, because when you look at all these other engines, and sure, this one's nice because it's a passenger engine, but even a freight engine, he kept his freight engines looking like this. Yeah. Well, something like this, it'd be like, most railroads would be like, yeah, no, it's dirty, it's freight.
Yeah. It's like now you'd have like rich people taking care of their private jet, like make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was the thing that most people
any little spot on the outside, clean it with their saliva.
but here's the front of the engine. Now in there is all the tubes.
Yeah.
Oh, ignore that. That's what we call the 5 o'clock whistle. Those guys, it's a tornado siren that always turns on. That gets tested around 5 o'clock every day. But anyway, yeah. See, the tubes are in there. There.
So those are like the what do you call them? The piston. Like that's where the pistons go.
No, the pistons are down here. That is the tubes, like where the superheater and the tube. So like when the steam goes through those tubes, and it comes. And the steam powers the cylinders, and the excess goes up the stack.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. So the steam goes through those pipes, and then eventually goes down into the cylinders, and then any smoke or residue from the fire goes up the stack.
Nice. Yeah, man. This is lovely, man.
Yeah. But also.
Are you guys still looking for volunteers?
Oh yeah, we're always looking for volunteers.
My dad, because my dad's a machine mechanic. Mm-hmm. You know, like big machines and stuff, like CNC machines. He just retired. I might mention, because next weekend I'm going to come up here. Are you guys open next weekend?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're open.
Because I might come up here with my parents.
Oh, nice.
Because it's their anniversary, and I want to take them to Dixon, Sycamore. You know, for the racing, the stock car racing. They race like old, like 60s, 50s, and 60s.
Oh my God!
And next weekend is the Sycamore Raceway, their last like week of the season, last round of racing. So the champions announced and everything like that, you know, so it's like huge, it's massive next weekend. So I'm going to take my parents, because also I have a weekend off, all around. Like we're going to go to Dixon, spend the night, come up here, and probably can take him here. And I'm going to mention to my dad if he wants to volunteer, because he's a 37-year CNC mechanic, machine mechanic. He knows his stuff.
Oh,
he's got nothing to do now.
How you doing? Hey. Surprise! I regret that I didn't tell you I was going to be here again, because this is a guy for my job, for my work.
How you doing, man?
Showing him around.
You put up with you at work?
Yeah, sort of.
Condolences, you know.
How you doing, Phil?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise, man.
Yeah. This is Jeff. He's actually helped restore a lot of things, like that rotary you saw back there. It was for him. That wouldn't look like that.
Wow.
I did the rotary, the record, the idler for the record, the tool car for the wreck train. I did the tender for this engine. It's in the back.
I'll show you a picture of that.
We
Maybe
painted it.
Work tomorrow.
It'll be stenciled next weekend. I just put batteries in the new batteries in the scissor lift out front. I literally just came back, was answering an email when I heard you walking through. Anyhow, now I'm trying to decide, do I want to start something else or say, fuck it, and go to dinner?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
It's really looking, you know.
Yeah.
I cycled all the way up here. So Friday after work, I got out at 4:30, and I cycled from Arlington Heights, where I live, to Sycamore.
Okay.
So that was about 58 miles, 60 miles,
Right.
something like that. Then I spent the night there. Then I went to Dixon.
Okay.
Spend the night there. Went to old Ronnie's old boyhood home.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan is considered in our Polish American community as the adopted godfather of the Polish community, because of the Polish American community, because in the 80s his policies